So growing up in suburbia, my grandmother was very proud of her lawn. She had a dichondra lawn. And I guess I could say I'm a reluctant gardener because part of her pride with the lawn was my work going out there and weeding it. So I'm starting to enjoy gardening now, but it might have come from really not loving pulling weeds out of a lawn. I never, even at a young age, understood why are we spending time on this? She was proud of that lawn, and one of the things she used on it to green it and also to keep pests off of it, because we had quite a few dogs, was something she called Bug Be Gone. And I wanted to go ahead and make it here for you today. The cool thing about this is not only can it get rid of things like fleas, some of the ingredients in it will desiccate the mouthwash, has alcohol in it, and it dries up the shell of the flea. And I'll get into more of that in a minute. But it also works as a pest control. It uses tobacco juice, which is a natural insecticide. It also uses, well, I just happened to grab this. This was Gigi's dish detergent. You can use Favs naphtha or my favorite Dr. Bronner or whatever you have. In this case, I'm trying to save some money, and because we're just spraying it around the kennel areas and not on the food, I'm going to go ahead and use this. If I were spraying as pest control on my garden, I would use the Dr. Bronner's or Favs naphtha instead. What you would not want to use this on, and I'll give you all the ratios down in the show notes, would be tomatoes or peppers or eggplant or anything in the Solanaceae family. Don't go there with this. The tobacco will kill the plant. So what does it take to make this little concoction? Well, it takes some tobacco juice. How do you make that? You grab 1 cup of water, you heat it. I like to use a kettle, it goes faster. You grab 3 fingers of tobacco leaves, pop it in that water that was boiling and let it sit for a few hours to overnight. That's up to you. And then you just want to strain that 1 cup of water. There that goes. I don't like smoking, but the tobacco reminds me of my dad when he used to smoke a pipe, so it's not a terrible scent to me. And then the ratios are simple. It's 1 cup, 1 cup, 1 cup. So here you use the dish detergent is 1 cup. And then the antiseptic is also 1 cup. Now the dish detergent will trap, I learned this a long time ago. Have you ever had, because we have, a problem with fleas in the house? Back in the day before I figured out how to take care of that, which is mostly in flea season, a lot of baths for the dogs, I would put down little pots of water with dish soap in it. The fleas love the water, they hop in, they get trapped in the bubble, and then they expire. So the dish soap in this is great because it will bubble and the flea will get trapped inside of it, but then they have the alcohol from the mouthwash and the insecticide benefits from the tobacco, and bye-bye flea. Aphids don't like it either. It eradicates aphids. You can also use Tabasco sauce. It's kind of diabolical, and I use just a couple of shakes because, well, when I'm killing insects, perhaps I am diabolical. Then you'd just want to give this a quick stir, and if you're using a 1 gallon sprayer, you'll want to use 1.5 ounces in your 1 gallon sprayer. 3 ounces for 2 gallons. And if you're using just a handheld sprayer, you would dial it in to meet those numbers depending on how much goes through your sprayer. There's so many different sizes that would be something where you would just need to figure out the math with your numbers on your sprayer and how big your bottle is down here. Again, if you're going to use it actually on your vegetables because you have an aphid problem or something that you want to control, I would start with the smallest dilution and make sure that doesn't, you don't see any browning or anything going on. I think this stuff is great. I've obviously used it for quite some time, and it makes fleas for sure are gone. Other insects, other flying insects, they don't like it, they won't come around, and it really is helpful for when we're trying to take care of a larger swath and around the kennels to make the dogs happy during flea season. So give it a try. Ask any questions if you have any about this. I have some other great recipes for garden items that you may either enjoy using as a tool or even if you check out this video or this video, some surprises about things you can use in the garden. And be sure to subscribe.